cannot put too fine a point on how big it is.
Okay, wow.
No, drive it, please.
So my younger sister, she was very upset, obviously, so I was working to calm her down through this whole scenario. The whole park is now shut down. It's flooded like crazy. The drainage system can't keep up with how much rain hit, and it just didn't stop raining. We're walking around in like ankle-deep water all day, and I had these green Nike skateboard shoes on, and they dyed my feet green.
Oh, sure.
I had like incredible Hulk feet. I didn't wear sandals for the rest of that summer because my feet were just bright green. But yeah, so we spent the rest of the day walking around, and we couldn't call anybody. We couldn't leave the park.
You just had to go to the assigned pickup time that evening.
Right, so we had some money in our pocket, and we saw the one thing that was open, and there was a guy drawing caricatures. My cousins and I all got caricatures drawn with tornadoes in the background, so I actually sent that picture to Emma, so I think you guys have a picture.
Let's take a look.
Oh,
Yes. You were such a sweet young man, it seems, from this caricature.
braces.
I had braces and a pretty epic bowl cut.
Yeah, and they went
so
profile.
My parents loved that so much that they actually framed it and hung it in my childhood bedroom.
Yes,
That's nice.
Yeah, there's some debris flying through the air. They really took their time on
Yes.
this.
We were the only people at the park at that point, so we had all the time.
Was the food still open?
Very select food
Not
was still
like you.
open. So we were kind of scrounging for the rest of the day just to get by. And then the day went on and night hit, and all of a sudden things dried up, so all the rides opened back up.
Oh, what a
You
blessing.
just have to wait it out.
Probably 90% of the people had left the park at that point, so we just ran
Yep.
ride to
That's
ride and got
fine.
on every single ride that evening. And
Yes.
finally, at the end of the
Probably
night, my aunt and
scared
uncle come to pick us up, and they're like, "Why is the parking lot so empty?"
Where the fuck were they when the tornado
I
hit?
know.
How could they have not been aware that a tornado had hit?
The campground was probably like 20, 30 minutes away, not really by the lake at that point. They said, "Yeah, we noticed some rain."
I mean, they weren't watching the news at the campground.
No, definitely not. I think they were rolling around in that tent a little bit.
Well, we don't
Yeah, I mean, what else are you going to do all day long in a tent?
Right?
Wow, Chad. Well, I'm pretty jealous of that. I certainly feel like I wish I would have seen a tornado at Cedar Point. You're combining two of the most exciting things in a young child's life all at once.
Natural disasters and roller coasters.
If someone's top had been ripped off in the middle,
I'm sure it
that
was.
would have been like triple whammy. Unexpected nudity and a tornado.
And poop pants.
You think people poop their pants?
Yeah, you love that.
Oh, I would love that. Yes,
Yeah.
yes. Not me pooping my pants, though. Well, Chad, thank you for that. Makes me want to really watch the Doppler radar and plan a trip when I
Hey, get to the knot, please.
think there's a high probability of a tornado.
That's probably a good strategy. But can I give a couple shout outs?
Yes, please.
Shout out to all my family that were involved. So my sister Sierra, my cousin Todd, Brian and Katie, and then also my cousin Joe. So unfortunately, he just recently passed away from cancer.
Oh,
Oh,
yikes.
so
That's too
sorry.
young.
Young age, he had colon cancer. He was a storyteller and a jokester. He would love to know that so many people are hearing this story because whenever we got together, we always talked about our Cedar Point stories.
Yeah, of
Oh,
course.
that's sweet.
And then also, like I told you, I run the senior center here in Wyoming. So my coworker and my wife are guarding the door, and they wanted to pop in to say hi.
Yes,
real quick.
of course. I like that the door needed to be guarded.
Hi, well, nice to meet you guys. I'm Kelly and this is Josh.
Hi, Kelly. Hi, Josh.
I'm a therapist and I just love what you have done for so many of my clients. You guys being so open, transparent, and creating just an awesome avenue for people to just be more open and share their story and struggle. So I love that.
Oh, well, thank you.
Thanks for listening.
Big fan. My wife is actually a bigger fan, so she's going to be super jealous today.
Good. That's always the goal.
Lord it over.
Yeah. Nice meeting you guys. Have a great rest of your day.
Thanks, guys. Appreciate it.
That guy looked like Will Hunting a little
Oh,
bit.
sure.
The other guy, the friend.
You thought he looked like Matt Damon?
No, Will Hunting.
Specifically,
Yeah,
not the
like
actor.
the vibe was kind of Will Hunting.
Sure.
Secret
You got a genius vibe?
Secret genius. Okay, listen. I had a
Talk
thought.
to
during
about.
that.
Yeah.
Obviously, I checked out.
Yeah, sure. You're not going to be with us for most of this.
Do you think that people were more religious pre-cell phone? Because you had to just pray. Instead of checking in on your sisters
Calling for help.
or calling for help, you're like, Jesus, take the wheel, you know?
That's a great theory, but I will say I've just read, there's a bunch of articles came out in the last few weeks about belief in Christianity having plateaued off and increased even a little bit. We had been in this really steady decline for a long time,
Okay.
and weirdly now it's kind of back, they're saying.
Okay, but for a while it had decreased.
Yeah.
Since phones.
So probably right, yeah. But I mean, it had been decreasing long before phones, of course, but also, yes, because of phones.
And then a steep decrease.
Yeah, it fell off a cliff. Hockey stick curve.
I'm a secret genius.
You are.
I'm a Willie.
You're Jill hunting.
Wilhelmina hunting.
We are supported by Claude. We're looking for the best dating advice to give Monica. Claude is the fact checker in your coat you bought is waterproof first before you wear it.
Oh my gosh, and spring break is upon us. Weather twins that are incredible. They do.
.com/tax.
That's you.
A purple square?
Yeah, with the letter in it.
I sure hope not.
I think in 100 years that's what faces. When the robots and the humans start having sex.
Oh, okay. Like Tower of Babel, having sex with angels.
Oh.
Yeah.
Hello.
Can you hear us, Julie?
I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yes, wonderfully.
Look at your shirt.
Oh, cute.
Oh, it looks so cute.
Head southeast. Continue for half a mile. In half a mile, merge onto I-5 South.
An international trip, and it was waiting for me at my door.
Oh, a welcome home present. Are you in Michigan?
I am in Ohio,
Okay, just as good. Where in Ohio?
Northeast Ohio. I'm going to be a little bit vague.
Sure.
Sure.
Oh, good,
We like
good.
that.
And did you grow up in that area that you're currently in?
I did not. I grew up in the Baltimore area, so I'm a transplant, but I've been here the last 3 years.
Oh, so this Cedar Point story took place in the last 3 years?
It did.
Oh,
Continue on I-5 South for 7 miles.
Please tell
let's hear
us.
it.
It took place almost 2 years ago, in the summer of 2023. My husband and I have 2 little girls. They are now 6 and 7, so they were 4 and 5 then. We decided to take them to Cedar Point for the first time. He had never been to Cedar Point. I had been once. I remember going on lots of fun roller coasters. And we got there, did the check-in. My 5-year-old is very tall for her age, so she met the height criteria for some of the bigger roller coasters.
Oh, wow, that's lucky at 5.
It's about 4 feet, so she just met the height requirement. So we were like, okay, yes, let's go to roller coaster. She'd never been on one before. She said, yeah, I'll go. And I said, well, why don't you go on Millennium Force? I remember going on that one. I think I was there in 2011. It's really fun. You're going to love it. So she's like, okay.
I would have started on the Blue Streak or Gemini, but I don't know millennial.
That must have been after his
Yeah, it might be
time.
past my time.
He thinks he knows everything about Cedar Point.
It ends in 99. though.
So Millennium Force is the 10th tallest roller coaster in the world.
Oh, okay. Now we're talking.
Yeah.
Looks like you're basically in the clouds when you're up there.
They didn't rename the Magnum to that?
I have no idea.
Okay, I won't get bogged down.
I do know that I rode it when I was there in 2011. I don't think it has any upside downs, but it has the big jump. It goes straight up and then drops.
That's what I like. I don't need loopy loops, but I like a nice tall drop.
Six Flags, they have both. In one ride, they have both. Anyway, go on.
So she was waiting in line. I think she got out of line once or twice. She kind of got freaked out, got scared, and we convinced her. I was like, no, you'll be fine. Just go on. It'll be great. So she went on with her dad. I stayed behind with my 4-year-old.
Head southeast toward I-5 South.
So we just kept watching.
Continue on I-5 South for 4 miles.
I could spot what she was wearing. Seeing if I could spot what she was wearing. Never saw her. It's kind of taken a long time. What's going on?
In 3/4 of a mile. Stay to the right to I-5 South.
It's kind of taken a long time. What's going on? Finally, we see them coming around the bend, and she just looks ghastly white.
Oh, no.
And I asked her, did you like it? Was it fun? And she was like, it was scary. That's kind of all she said. I just looked kind of dazed. And her dad just said, she passed out.
In 1,000 feet. Stay to the right.
Dad just said, she passed out.
Stay to the right to I-5 South. Police reported ahead.
There are police reported ahead.
In 3.2 miles. Take exit 110A, Harbor Boulevard.
On the ride.
No.
4 or 5 times.
Oh my God! In this like minute ride.
Yeah. So he said I kept looking over and she was just slumped over, like eyes closed.
Oh,
This is scary.
wow.
I was kind of freaked out because I was like, does she need medical attention? But she was fine. She perked up, gave her some juice,
Cheese on a stick.
went to look at the photos. You know, they take the photos that you get to look at after. You could see him, he's there, and then there's nothing next to him.
Oh my
You
God.
can't see her little body at all. She's just kind of slumped.
Oh no, this is horrifying.
Maybe they need not only a height limit, but maybe a weight minimum. So I think what happened was the G-force.
In 2 miles, take exit 110A for Harbor Boulevard.
So I think it was every time she went on the up, her blood pressure probably dropped and all the blood drained from her head.
Yeah, this is what happens when you're in the back seat of an F-16. You get a ride with like the Blue Angels. Everyone in back passes out because the pilots have developed their leg muscles so good. They force the blood up into the upper body. She needed a G suit is what she needed. We got to get her back.
She doesn't need to go back.
Does she get lightheaded when she stands up?
Doesn't seem to. I asked her yesterday in preparation, I said, what do you remember about it? She said, I just remember that I passed out a couple times, but I remember being scared. So I think it's a combination of the adrenaline, the G-forces. And I said, would you go on it again? She said, yeah, I want to go. Let's go.
Oh,
Wow, she's a trooper.
It might be a few years before we go back on that.
No, I think it's time
No,
this summer.
he needs to be bulked up a little bit. I also love that your husband is looking happy in the pictures, knowing that the daughter is like passed out.
He was not scared.
No, he wasn't.
Kudos to him for maintaining his cool and remaining cool throughout the ride, because I would have been freaked out. So that trip was our last to Cedar Point so far, but we will go back.
The younger one needs now to get on that.
Yeah, we need to get her passing out once in a while.
Yeah, rite of passage.
Later that day, we kept going through the park, and then at some point, it just started pouring down rain, and then the power went out. We went into the store. We had promised the girls we would buy them stuffies on the way out, and so none of the cash registers were working. We didn't have any cash, so they might have walked away with a stuffy. I'm not sure.
It's for our shoplifting prom.
If they did, we didn't know about it.
Wow, the power went out?
Yeah, power was out the whole park.
Did she hit any other coasters or that was it?
That was it for the day.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's smart.
I would hit the Gemini if you go back. That's a great ride. The big wooden roller coaster. The G's are very manageable.
I think we're going to try that. So we have not gone back to Cedar Point, but we did go to Disney World. She did, I think it's like the Barnstormer or something, one of those smaller roller coasters. That was fine.
She stayed conscious throughout that.
She stayed conscious.
Oh, congratulations. She's ready. Well, Julie.
Yeah, thanks for telling us this
Yeah.
story.
You've got to go back, Dex, and try the Millennium Force. It is really fun.
I was just at Disneyland with my recently turned 12-year-old. There's a Guardians of the Galaxy ride, and it's like the Demon Drop, but it bounces up and down. It goes up, you
In 1,000
In a quarter mile, take exit 110A for Harbor Boulevard.
then stay to the right.
drop, but it bounces up and down. It goes up, you stop for a second.
Exit right to exit 110A, Harbor Boulevard.
Take exit 110A, then keep right.
Harbor Boulevard South.
She talked me into a second time. I said, I don't think it's a good idea. I went a second time, and midway through, I was like, nope, this was a big tactical blunder. Yeah. And then about 40 minutes to shake that off. I just didn't feel right, you know? Can't do it anymore.
I have trouble.
Keep
I did
right.
a scopolamine patch. Have you ever used those?
No, is that like Dramamine?
Kind of. It's just a patch that you put behind your ear, but it's anti-nausea, anti-motion sickness effect.
Okay,
Good
I will
info,
do
good
that
info.
before my trip.
I did it before Disney, and I was able to go on the Avatar ride without a problem. Without it, I...
Continue on South Harbor Boulevard for 1.5 miles.
I even talked about taking Dramamine, but